Hello, everyone. My name is Mary Ann Paternity, as you probably know by now. Book group coordinator here at the library. Back again with our favorite book guru, Jen Dayton, head of collection development. So let me turn it over to her with lots of new and exciting books to tell you about.
Thanks.
Jen.
Hi, Marianne. Hi, everybody. Happy Halloween. That's when we're filming. That's why Marianne looks the way she did.
Indeed.
I'm just here as myself. Spring preview today, stuff that's coming out starting in February, going into the spring. I've got some great titles for y'all today. Amy Bloom's White Houses. This is a fictionalized account of the relationship between Lorena Hitchcock and Eleanor Roosevelt. This one is going to be coming out in March. Have not cracked this one yet, but I can tell you I've gotten 3 ARCs from my publishing people. So I'm going to have to dive into this eventually because they're really high on it and there's got to be a reason for it. Amy Bloom is terrific. She's a great author. I'm sure some of you have read her past stuff. And it's getting lots of love from Paula McLean, Melanie Benjamin. So this is one to keep your eye out for. And maybe I'll report back our next 5 minutes with Jen.
Amy Bloom is a popular book group author also, so you can pretty much rely on whatever she writes to have some interesting, provocative.
Yep, pretty much serious
stuff in
women's
it.
fiction, and I think it's interesting that she's tackling the relationship between Lorena Hitchcock and Eleanor Roosevelt, which was not just a friendship. So this could be very interesting.
Great.
Sloane Crosley, look alive out there. I've read the first essay in this. She's in just fine form with this one. This one's going to be coming out, let's see, April 3rd. For those book groups that like a little nonfiction liveliness, essays are great for book groups. You can just dip in, dip out, and there's always meat on the bone to talk about.
I like that idea too. Very often it's hard to get book groups to read essays, but try one sometime. You might be pleasantly surprised.
Educated by Tara Westover. Tara grew up in, let's see here. Tara grew up in the mountains of Idaho with a Mormon polygamous cult. Tara had no formal schooling, taught herself how to read, ended up going to Harvard, and actually ended up getting her, ended up going over to Cambridge and getting her further degree. Everybody is so excited by this. People who have read it compare it to Polygamous Glass Castle. It's real pull yourself up by your bootstraps and make your life not what people tell you it should be, but what you want it to be. I'm super excited for this one. This one comes out also in February, so think about it for your book group.
Memoirs, always popular with book groups.
Yep. Here's what's on my train right now with me, The French Girl by Lexie Elliot. 10 years ago, holiday in France, a group of graduate students had a great time. Some of them were sleeping with each other, some of them weren't. Next door neighbor is a very elegant soignée French girl. She goes missing. 10 years later, they find her in a well on the property, folded up accordion style, and they're all suspects. And they have to stop their busy Uber career lives and figure out who did it. It's a lot of fun. I'm having a good time with it, which is why, I haven't been reading serious stuff. Don't tell anybody. But this one is coming out in February also, and it's totally a good time. So if your book group is looking for something a little lively come February, that's a good one.
Like a little murder.
Like a little murder.
So light and lively.
Lively. And now we're coming to what is making me read light, because I finished this about 2 weeks ago. I can't stop thinking about it. I can't wait for you all to read it. Brass, I know I'm butchering this and I'm so sorry. Xhenet, Aliu, takes place, it's the story of a mother and daughter in Waterbury, Connecticut, just up the line. It is some of the most brilliant writing I've read in a very long time. It also comes out in February. I can't say enough good things about this book. I even brought my Kindle for this one. I was highlighting passages on the train, and it's funny, but it's dark, and I don't know, I just loved it. Here's a line from chapter 3. I used to look at the chicken piccata page and wonder who would use wine as an ingredient and not a religion. I mean, it's full of lines like that. It's super, super funny, super, super smart. It's the story of a young woman who gets herself in trouble, ends up having the baby. The baby is the daughter, and the daughter is looking on her own life and wondering, is she ever going to bust out of this dead-end town? It's our neighbors to the north. I think it would be terrific for book groups. Also mother-daughter book groups, maybe high school age. I think it would be terrific for that too. So Brass, it's coming out in February. I'm in love with it, and I think you will be too.
Fiction or
Fiction.
non-fiction?
Fiction. And it's funny, the dedication of the books, it's dedicated to the author's mother, who says, it's not your story, I promise. Or something along those lines. So, it's being written from the heart, that's for sure. Brass.
Sounds great. Let us know if any of these sound good to you for your book group, and we'll put an order in ASAP. Good to see you, everybody.
Bye.